Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. A Hazleton man charged with murder is scheduled to stand trial next week. The trial for Jafé de Jesus Rodriguez is scheduled to begin on Monday. Rodriguez faces murder and robbery charges following an incident in December of 2020 when a convenience store clerk was shot and killed during a robbery at Craig's Food Mart in Hazleton. During a hearing on Tuesday, the judge said the trial would begin on Monday with jury selection. Rodriguez remains behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility without bail. A 13-year-old boy is in critical condition following a hit-and-run incident at Kirby Park on Monday. Shahid Dean of Wilkes-Barre has been charged with accidents involving death or injury in connection with the incident after police say he struck the boy and fled the scene. According to Wilkes-Barre police, the incident took place at the Kirby Park parking lot around 11 p.m. Police spoke with witnesses at the scene who said the boy had been riding his bike when a black sedan lost control and struck the victim. According to police, the boy sustained a fractured skull and a brain bleed among other injuries. Dean was later taken into custody after police say his vehicle was found to match the description from the incident and had sustained damage consistent with the crash. Although Dean initially denied being involved in the crash, court documents state he later told investigators that he returned to the scene to check on the victim. At the time of the arrest, officers say Dean showed signs of being under the influence of alcohol. Pennsylvania State Police in Hazleton report that a man seen urinating in public has been identified. According to state police, troopers received multiple calls on Sunday, August 4th regarding a man seen urinating in the parking lot outside the Churchill Mall in Hazel Township. The male was later identified as 32-year-old Joshua Irizarry of Hazleton. Troopers say the incident occurred in broad daylight during normal business hours. Irizarry has been charged with indecent exposure and disorderly conduct in connection with the incident. Coming up on WYLN News, the Hazleton State Police Department hosts their National Night Out event. Plus, the Hazleton Rotary's Wine and Beer Festival is right around the corner. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health have come together, two leading health systems dedicated to improving the well-being of our communities and offering you a broader access to uncompromising high-quality care, stronger together for you.
My name is Zyla, and tomorrow's gonna be rainy.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Cheers Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in at 610 North Broad Street in West Hazleton, 570-454-7229. Cheers is proud to be celebrating 70 years in business. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Hey, did you know Wyln posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. Wyln, the local leader on social media. We're your local network.
Welcome back to WYLN News. Despite the rainy weather, the Hazleton City Police Department welcomed the public to their new police station on Tuesday for a ribbon cutting and a National Night Out event. During the ribbon cutting, Congressman Matt Cartwright and State Representative Dane Watrow gave speeches on behalf of the department. The National Night Out event featured food, games, and giveaways for the entire family. The sewer tank from Berwick also made an appearance. We spoke with Public Information Officer Jessica Sirkin about the purpose for the event.
So events like this are important with the community because maybe we've dealt with a person on their worst day and we didn't get to know or understand them. When we have events like this, it allows them to come to us, talk to us, show us that they've changed a little bit or that we've helped them in a situation and we didn't know. It brings us together and it bridges those gaps.
If you missed the event, Sirkin said the department plans to host many more community events in the future.
We're always trying to plan stuff. We want to make sure the community knows that we're here. We don't want the community to feel like they have been left behind in any way, shape, or form. So we'll continue to do events as long as the community continues to come to them.
The National Night Out event ran from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. The Hazleton Rotary will be hosting their annual Wine and Beer Festival on Saturday, August 24th. During the event, participants will have the opportunity to sample over 50 local wines and craft beers. Local food and craft vendors will also be available. The event will take place at the City View Park in Hazleton from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Entertainment will be provided by the bands Cartoon and Ostertat. Tickets can be purchased in advance for $20 at hazletonrotary.ticketleap.com or for $25 at the door. Participants must be 21 years of age or over to drink. The cost for designated drivers and those ages 13 to 20 is $5 per person. Children under the age of 12 can enter for free but must be accompanied by an adult. Coming up on Pistons News Choice, Chris Fulmer leads us down the path through history with Lansford Part 3. Plus, we learn about wheelchair clinics on Wellness Wednesday. And stay right here on WILN. We'll be right back.
Zanolini Nursery, located in the Drums Valley. Find the finest in flowers, foliage, mulch, gravel, stone, and lots more. They are a second-generation family-owned business. They've been providing beautiful plants for all occasions since 1987. They are a locally operated retail plant nursery and country shop that changes seasonally, and they take pride in offering a relaxed, inviting atmosphere for everyone. Check out Zanolini's Nursery and Country Shop. Fresh from the Farm is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network and Jefferson Health. Together for the future of care. Learn more at lvhn.org/Jefferson.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose, that's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
Like and follow Wyln News on Facebook for the Wyln News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
For miners in the Panther Valley who were injured on the job and needed immediate medical treatment, the closest hospitals at the turn of the century were in Ashland and Pottsville, many miles away and over not always smooth roads. Thus, the injured miners often did not make it to the hospital in time or had their conditions severely aggravated on the way. Wanting a closer option for their health care, the area's miners in 1909 pledged a day's pay toward construction of a local hospital. Lehigh Coal Navigation, open to the idea, told the miners that they would match every cent given to the effort and would choose a site for the hospital. They would select a location on the Manila Grove Park property. What would eventually become Coaldale State General Hospital was completed on July 11, 1910. The first patient, Lansford Stephen Schnickshack, was admitted 3 days later. A three-story building, the hospital was originally designed with 30 patients' rooms, although soon after its opening, over twice that many, most of them indeed injured miners, were being treated there, using up every available space in the facility. A fire broke out in the building in 1911, and the hospital's patients were moved to adjoining houses until the interior was repaired. Annexes would be a modern hospital would be built on the site. For a time part of the state hospital network, Coaldale State General Hospital would be divested by Pennsylvania in 1992, and once in private hands, its name was changed to Miners Memorial Medical Center. It has since been bought by the St. Luke's Hospital Network and continues operating today as St. Luke's Miners Memorial Hospital. For the higher-ranking members of Lehigh Coal Navigation's board, it seemed only right that they should have a place to gather and discuss mining matters in private. To that end, what was named the Old Company Club was built in the early 1910s in Lansford's Edgemont neighborhood, close to where the company barons lived. There, LC&M bigwigs would meet with other coal barons, dealers, and mining engineers. The club also had tennis courts and was frequently a site chosen for weddings and other social events. Celebrities often dropped into the Old Company Club too, from Pat O'Brien to Steve Allen. The club was expanded in 1945 and continued serving the Lansford area until it closed on May 6, 1957, when the company was unable to find a manager for the property. New owners purchased the property and remodeled it into a combination restaurant and hotel and entertainment complex. It reopened as the Summit Hill Lodge on August 12, 1959. Also known as the Edgemont Lodge, the building functioned in this capacity until it went into sheriff's sale for high debt in March 1982. It then was reworked again to a senior assisted living center and operated as such from 1986 until it closed in 2017. As the 20th century dawned, other businesses would come out of Lehigh Coal Navigation's shadow to establish a presence in Lansford. One of these was the Century Throwing Company Silk Mill, established in 1910 at the corner of West Birch and Courtwright Streets. It would go bankrupt due to crashing demand for silk products, but would be reopened as Rosenau Brothers Garment Factory in 1930. The company name would eventually change to Kitty Clothes, and it would count Shirley Temple, who frequently wore the Cinderella brand clothing, among its clients. The factory closed in 1996, but still stands today. For athletic entertainment, Lansford had a large baseball stadium on the west side of town, right next to the Century Throwing Company factory that opened in the early part of the 20th century. In the 1930s, a WPA-sponsored project converted the baseball stadium to a football stadium and added the distinctive roof over the north bleachers. For many decades, the Lansford High School Panthers would call it home, and the stadium would see many exciting games over the years, including, beginning in 1922, many Thanksgiving Day showdowns between Lansford and the Coaldale High School Tigers. When Lansford and Coaldale were merged into the Panther Valley School District in 1963, along with high schools in nearby Summit Hill and Nesquehoning, What was then called Panther Valley Stadium remained the home field for the new Panther Valley Panthers. It is still a mecca on Friday nights in the fall for football fans of all stripes. 1928 would see the world's eyes focus on Lansford as what might have been a miracle played itself out. The story had begun 5 years prior when miner Michael Cusco was severely injured when he fell off the front of a minecart at the No. 8 colliery in Coaldale and was run over, breaking his back. He would linger on for a while, but passed into the next life on July 11, 1928. His body was moved to his home on West Birch Street for a wake, and it was at this time that his aggrieved mother Anna placed a rosary in his hands. It was, by all accounts, just a simple rosary made of bone, albeit one that had been reportedly blessed by Pope Pius XI before it had come into her possession. But to the astonished eyes of onlookers, the rosary's beads now suddenly appeared to bloom like flowers. 3 days after Cusco's passing, 23 of its 59 beads had supposedly bloomed into lilies. Word quickly spread, and people came from all over to see the apparent miracle, so much so that local police had to be called in for crowd control. Michael Cusco was subsequently buried in Summit Hill's St. John the Baptist Byzantine Catholic Cemetery. The miraculous rosary would be taken to Pittsburgh for canonical investigation. Its current whereabouts remain unknown. The 1930s saw the emergence of the Dorsey brothers as major musical acts in America. Tommy and Jimmy were familiar with Lansford as they had lived there as teenagers. Their father, Tom Dorsey Sr., remained a firm figure in town during his son's rise to fame, serving as director of Lansford's Municipal Liberty Band, as well as 5 years as Lansford Heights band director from 1934 to 1939. Tommy and Jimmy would occasionally return to Lansford during their time as stars. During one trip, Frank Sinatra, who performed in Tommy's band at the time, came along. He originally had a milkshake at Margaret Wells' ice cream shop, but wanted something a little stronger and asked where he could get a drink. Told that Sokol Hall operates as a speakeasy, he went there and identified himself to the guard at the door as Frank Sinatra. "And I'm Bing Crosby," the disbelieving guard responded before slamming the door on him. Sinatra never did get his drink that night.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. Subscribe and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, I'm going to be all by myself. I'm going to entitle this show, Confessions of a Chiropractor. I want you to get behind the scenes, see what I see. So stay tuned, I will make it as good as I can of a show for you.
welcome to Wellness Wednesday. We are again here at the beautiful Health and Wellness Center at Hazelton on Moisey Drive, and I am here with one of our wonderful occupational therapists, Amber Gunn. Welcome, Amber.
Thank you.
So another thing that we have available to our community and the patients is something I was not aware of. It's called a wheelchair clinic. So what is a wheelchair clinic? That's where you come in, Amber. So, we're sitting here on two fancy wheelchairs, but there are times in our life where I have, had to use a wheelchair. I had to use something like this. I had a setback. And then there's sometimes, we permanently need to have these type of assistive devices. So tell us what the wheelchair clinic is about and who should, be coming here to get evaluated for.
So basically, the people who would come here to get evaluated for a wheelchair are people who are looking for either short-term, long-term, in their home or in their community if they're having mobility deficits. So if they're having a lot of falls or something like that, or they're not, they're not able to walk as far as they used to. So they would require a script from their doctor for a wheelchair evaluation. And then they would come here and meet with me and a rep that I have come out, an assistive technology professional who knows everything about wheelchairs. And, together we kind of brainstorm what wheelchair is going to fit the patient's needs the best. We might have to take some measurements or, some strength testing, see if you're strong enough,
that makes sense.
Your balance. Your cognition as well. And then from there, we decide what the best mobility device is for the patient. And the assistive technology professional orders it after I send my note out to the doctor and the insurance company.
So, of course, we have the basic wheelchair that you see in the hospitals or some people use. And then, of course, we have a little bit more, giving us more mobility, these type of electric, if you will, battery operated. So I'm sure everyone wants one of these, to get around, but is that feasible for everyone? Does everyone qualify? Kind of give us a little bit of how this kind of works. I come in, I had an injury to my hip. I require, to get around.
Yeah.
How would I go about that? What would happen when I walk in the door?
Usually if it's for a short-term use, it would be not a very specific wheelchair or just one of the manual ones or a transport chair that somebody would push for you.
Okay.
So sometimes those don't even require evaluations at all. But if it was something like a jazzy, just to get around the house, get around the community, the store, to and from the post office, whatever. That would be one of these. And then these are for people who, might not have upper extremity range of motion as good as, that requires for the jazzy, or need a little bit more back support because it goes up a little bit further. It's a little bit more comfortable. So same idea, but a little bit more for patients who might need a little bit more of those types of supports.
So I guess the one question a lot of us always have, of course, is does insurance cover these type of things? So can you guide us on that?
Yeah, so like I said, so I submit my paperwork off to the doctor will sign it, and then we submit it off to the insurance for coverage. So again, everybody's insurance is a little bit different. Depending on the type of insurance that you have, we may just have to justify needs in certain areas. So a lot of insurances want to see that, you need it in your home, or you need it for, participation in your ADLs. Other insurances
maybe a job.
Yes, exactly. Other insurances don't really care. So depending on, the specific needs of the insurances, I might have to write a letter of medical necessity to your insurance to, just solidify that you really need this wheelchair for these reasons.
So we're running out of time, but I want to know what's the next step to get in touch with you. So after you get that evaluation, you tell your doctor, we need to go to the Health and Wellness Center, to therapy. and write to you? Are you the guru of the clinic?
So usually I have the ladies at the front desk help me and set everything up, but we have the clinic 2 times a month.
Okay.
Sometimes the days will change, but we do, so 4 evaluations a month.
Okay.
So you would, call over here to the wellness center, and the girls up front would get you set up with the soonest appointment they can, depending on your schedule too.
Awesome.
And then, we have you come in and meet.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for this great information, and thank you for watching Wellness Wednesday.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.